What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Training for Victory series. Hope everyone is all well, and thank you in advance for watching. And so quick video today. Gonna do a prep update, share with you guys what's been going on last week, how I'm feeling, where we're standing, and everything. And then I'll do a mini Q&A. A few days ago, I put on my Insta story if there was any suggestions or any questions that people wanted me to answer, and I'm grateful, thankful for those who send me some questions and suggestions. I'm going to do my best to answer them all in this video. So so today is Monday. It's a new day, new week. We are 30th of November, which makes it now 13 days out of the Arnold Classic. We're getting close to peak week, guys, so just under 2 weeks. And yesterday was Sunday, so I had my check-in with my coach. My coach is happy with the way I'm looking. Everything is all good. Sent pictures to my brother 18 as well, he's happy. Sent pictures to a couple of close friends as well. Like I said, there's only a few people that know how I'm currently looking at the moment. And and most importantly, I'm happy with the way I look as well. So it was a very good check-in yesterday. Nothing changed. We're still keeping the same as what I told you guys last episode was my first ever change since the start of prep, or should I say the first ever adjustment in terms of food wise anyway. So we keep it the same food. I'm still eating the same food right now. I'm still doing 30 minutes fasted cardio every morning. So last week training, everything's been good. It's just things are getting harder and harder right now. I mean, like I said in the previous episode, getting tired, but now it's even worse. Now it's like going up the stairs is a mission, getting off the sofa is a mission, waking up in the morning is a mission. My legs I feel like a walking dead, but it's funny because this is not my first show. I've been competing since 2013. So I've been there before, but it never gets easier, because you always try to get better, you always try to get a better condition, you always try to get better overall. So to get better, you need to push even more. And obviously the more you push, the more tired you get. So it doesn't get easier, it just gets harder because you want to get better, if that makes sense. So energy level, not existent right now. I'm just, I'm just squeezing everything that I have left, especially when it comes to training. And then when training is done, I come home, I try to nap. Sometimes I nap 2 to 3 times in a day. Like I'm nap between meals. Like it's just I do the most right now because, like I said, I'm in a position where I can afford to do that. Maybe next year I won't. So I'm making the most of the situation. I go to bed latest 9 p.m. half 9 p.m. the latest, because my morning routine during my training days is different than my rest day. I wake up very early in the morning and do my fasted cardio, then take our dog for a walk, come back, then I do 10 minutes abs, and then I do 20 minutes posing practice, including bodybuilding posing like most muscular abs and thighs, just to check the condition. And then after that I have my first meal. So I do a lot of things from the time that I'm up before I have my first meal, which is usually my pre-workout meal because I train in the morning. So I need to nap during the day and I need to go to bed early. So I kind of wait for this prep to be done because I'm not usually the type of person to go bed early. I usually go bed very late. Me and my missus just watch Family Guy or watch a movie or American, like something on TV, and then just fall asleep. But it's like, at first I started to force myself to go bed early, but now I don't even need to force myself. It's like I'm tired all day. So it's like after my last meal, brush my teeth, I'm straight up to bed, ready to start the day the next day, So this is it. This the situation right now with prep. Exhausted, tired, but hopefully all this is going to result in victory, taking the first place. I'm very happy with the way I look. I look better than last year at this stage. I'm 2 kilos lighter at this stage of the prep that was last year, but I'm fuller and better condition. And I believe one of the reasons why I'm lighter as well is because we've been in lockdown well, the gym has been closed and we've been locked down in the UK for 4 weeks. The gym are opening back in 2 days actually. And during the lockdown, even though I had access to training facility, shout out to Nigel and Shannon for letting me train in the home gym. Upper body wise, I can I can have a very good decent session. Legs was a mission because I've made a lot of progress on my legs since last year, and a lot of it was to like through heavy leg presses, heavy hack squats, heavy leg extension, heavy lying leg curls, heavy RDL. Like I still do RDLs, but it's very hard to do. I don't like to do the rest, the other things that were allowing me to put size on my legs. I couldn't do it for the last 4 weeks, and I'm not going to be able to do it for a long time because the gym that I normally train at, they recently announced that they're officially closing, like so many other business in the UK affected by lockdown. It's just it's not an ideal situation for a lot of people. This year 2020 has been a tough year, and it's just unfortunate that the gym that I normally go, the best gym in Wellingborough, has to close down because of lockdown. So, but I'm grateful I can still train, so I can improve a lot on my upper body. Just my legs, I suffered a lot since the lockdown, and I believe that contributed as well to me being lighter, because the leg is half of your body. So if your legs start shrinking, you're gonna lose a bit of kg out there in that area. So yeah, so I'm 2 kilo lighter than last year, but I'm in better condition. I'm fuller, and I'm looking better. So I'm looking forward to display the physique on stage in 13 days. I believe this is definitely going to be my best condition ever. Touch wood, nothing crazy happened from now till the show. I don't want to jinx it, but based on how we're looking right now, we're in a good spot because I'm not chasing size. I'm not trying to be the biggest guy on stage. If I was trying to chase size, I would lose before I step on stage. There's a lot of guys that are bigger than me, carry more muscle than me. So if I want to play that game, I'm not gonna win. So I'm trying to bring my own game to the table, which is combination of course you need a minimum of size to compete as a pro level, so which I have that, but I want to bring the maximum amount of condition mixed with the muscle fullness, symmetry, shape, details, posing, presentation, all that. That's why I practice 20 minutes posing every day, to make sure that I can present what I've been working hard for on stage, because there's no need to look good, and if you don't know how to pose, then you're losing a lot of points. So chasing the size that my competitors have is going to be impossible. Like I said a few episodes ago, I'm competing against guys who are like 10-15 kg heavier than me on stage, shredded. Right now, yesterday I weighed myself, I was 81.1 kilo. Alright, so I know there's guys that I compete against who are 95 kilo shredded, 90 kilo shredded. There's even a few that were like close to the 100 kilo shredded. So size is not my game. It's never going to be my game. I'm never going to be the biggest guy on stage, but I can try and be the sharpest guy with the most details on the back, most details on the front, most muscle roundness, symmetry, proportion, making sure that everything flows well, and that's what we've been working for, and I really hope that touch wood, the judges notice what we work for and we get rewarded properly for it. So size game is not going to be the one for me. So yeah, don't expect me to be twice the size that I was last year. Like I'm a strong believer that progress is not just about size. Even if the size, of course, like the things that people get confused when it comes to size is that you can put two pictures next to each other, same weight, and one picture you look bigger than the other, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you just got bigger. It's all about adding quality muscle in the right places. For example, adding a bit of density in your chest and more roundness in your shoulders and coming more shredded change everything, because that can add a extra 3D look to your physique that you didn't have previously, which as a result will make you look bigger than what you were your last show, you know. So that's what we work on, like, you know, trying to add quality muscle at the right spaces, you know, which is everywhere, and try to become sharp, very sharp. You know, I don't know, you can see by my face, you know, I have a diet face right here, and it's not just for no reason. So yeah, this is gonna be my best condition, and I believe it's gonna be my best showing in all those years of competing. So yeah, quick prep update, guys. So I'm gonna do the Q&A in the next part, and yeah, I've got my phone. I'm going to go through some of the questions that I received, and I'm going to do my best to answer them. Alright guys, so don't go anywhere. Alright guys, so here we go. For the question number 1, it was from a comment that I had on the last episode. And basically it was saying, for the next video, could you tell us how you get yourself in the zone? So if you guys haven't watched the last episode, feel free to do so. So I was just saying how, because I'm so tired right now, it's very hard for me to just get in the gym and just start training. It takes me 10-15 minutes to get myself in that zone of, okay, I'm ready to train. So basically what I do for those 10-15 minutes, there's no music playing most of the time. It's just quiet, and I'm speaking to myself. And basically what I do is I tell myself, or I remind myself, should I say, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because you have to understand, nobody forcing me to prep. Nobody forced me to do a show. I could easily wake up today or tomorrow, should I say, and say, fuck this shit, I don't want to do this no more. You know, nobody's forcing me to do it. So me sitting there, I'm tired. I'm like, shit, I don't want to train. I just want to be home and, you know, just relax. And I'm like, okay, why am I doing this? What's the purpose? There's a reason for it, because yes, competing is fun. I love it. I absolutely love it. But there's a reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that reason is a reason, without going into too much details, it's a reason that I believe will be beneficial for myself and my family in the future, based on the plan that I have. So that's the reason why when I tell people, this is not a joke for me. Like, that's why I tell people, every penny that's invested in this prep off season, I need to get something back to show for it. That's why when I tell people I need to win a show as much as I need to breathe, people think that I'm saying this just for a quote. Nah, I'm serious. Like, it's more than just getting that trophy. There's you know, there's a vision that, you know, that me and my missus, we speak about a lot, and me being successful at what I'm doing right now will help towards what I'm trying to do in the future, without, like I said, without going too much into the details. So, you know, I just tell myself why I'm doing this, remind myself why I'm doing this, also remind myself of what I'm capable of. You know, it's not my first show, you know, I've done this before, I've been here before, I know how it feels to win a show, but I know how it feels not to place. I've been there twice or 3 times in all those years of competing, and I absolutely hate it. I hate not placing more than I love winning the show, if that makes sense. So when I have this reminder of how I felt at the World Championship in 2018, when I went there full of confidence and I didn't even make the finals, I took 7th, I cried backstage, because it was like I couldn't hold it. It's like all this hard work for nothing. Like, people don't understand how much like this it means to me, you know. So it's like, do you want to go back? Do you want to feel like that? No. And then I have a reminder of how I felt when they called my name as the winner of the Arnold Classic last year. I have a reminder of how I felt when I won the Madrid Pro Show a few weeks after. I know how I felt when I remind myself how I felt when I went from being 7th in the world in 2018 to 2nd. You know, all those feeling of where, yes, you know, improvement, as like the work paid off, you know, and I want that. That's why I put on a post on my Instagram not long ago, say I feel like I'm greedy because I want more, but I cannot help myself. It's like me showing a full cake to my son, giving him one slice, and he have that slice and he loves it, he's going to want more of that cake. Every kid will want that. Every kid that you give them a biscuit or a cake, or even me, like you cannot give me a slice of cake and I love the cake and you tell me it's just one slice. I'm going to find a way to see if I can have more. It's just human nature, you know. So it's the same thing. Now that I have a taste of how it feels to win a show at a professional level, I want that shit again. So once I speak to myself out loud as well, you know. So it's like I'm having the conversation with myself. If somebody in the street will see me, I look crazy. He's like, who the fuck is this guy talking to? But don't worry about me, man. I'm in my zone. I'm trying to get in that zone. And after the conversation, boom. Okay, now we know what we're doing this. Now we know what I need to suffer. You know, I need to get that first place for a reason. Like I said, that reason is for the future. I need this shit, man. I need it. It's serious, you know. So that's how I get in that zone. And you need to have a strong reason why. That's why when people message me on Instagram, they say, oh, I want to compete. I ask why. Because if you don't have a strong reason why, when it's time to wake up early in the morning and you're feeling dead the way I'm feeling right now, if you don't have a strong reason, you're not going to wake up early in the morning. You're going to skip a few sessions, you're going to skip a few cardio, and you're going to mess up your prep. Because my why is strong. My reason why I'm doing this shit is so strong that even if I'm tired, I cannot afford to miss a cardio session. I cannot fuck up my training. I have to do what I got to do. Once the training is done, I can come home and nap. But when it's time, it's time. That's why I'd rather take 10-15 minutes to just get myself in that mindset and then have a good session rather than just go to the gym. I'm not ready. I'm still like, oh, I don't want to do this. Let me, you know, no. When you train, you need to get in that zone, you know. So that's how I get in my zone, you know. You guys find your way, whether it's the music, whether it's the reason why. Find something that's going to make you do shit that you don't want to do, but you know that you have to do, if that makes sense. Alright, so I hope that answered the question. The second one was, how do you manage to do all of this with family? I got asked that earlier this year actually, when we did the Q&A video, and the way I managed to do this is because I'm very, 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 very fortunate and blessed to have a partner who supports me. So, you know, Tia, she's been there from the start. She knows why I'm competing. Like I said from the first question, the reason why I'm competing is for something that I believe can be beneficial for myself and my family. So it's something that I speak with her every now and then. So it makes things easier. It's not that it's easy, it's hard, because you know, when you want, like, you can't do certain things as a family. You know, you can, something normal like just eating a meal or watching a movie. Like a few weeks ago my son was like, Dad, come have a pizza with us and watch a movie. I can't. And he was like, why? Like, so much disappointment, you know. So I explained to him why I cannot eat the pizza. I explained to him that I'm getting ready for a show. I explained to him why I'm getting ready for a show and everything. And I explained to him, when it's done, we can relax. So right now, Daddy needs to work, and I cannot do this when I'm working, you know. So he understood. So yeah, it's not easy, but it makes it easier, and it's more smooth process to have a partner who supports you and understands you and knows why you're doing what you're doing. Because like I said last time when someone asked me that question, if I was to go to the gym all the time the way I'm going now, I train 6 days a week, and I come back and the first thing I get is my missus being frustrated that I don't spend enough time with her, I don't spend enough time with family, we can't do this, we can't do that. It's more stress on top of enough stress that the prep can bring on its own, you know. So if you're in a relationship and you want to get ready for a show or you want to compete, it's very important that your other half, your partner, supports you and understand you, because you're going to be doing it. That's what they say, bodybuilding is a selfish sport, because you need to eat when you need to eat, you need to do things when you need to do things, you need to sleep when you need to sleep. Everything is around you, you know, and it's important to have a circle that support that and that can make things, that can bring you up when you're feeling down, which she does perfectly, you know. So whether it's by giving me a back massage, whether it's by running the bath for me, whether it's by dropping me and picking me up from training all the time when she can, you know, to prevent me from doing extra steps, things like this, you know, helps a lot, you know. So yeah, that's how we make things, that's how I managed to do all this for all these years, you know. And yeah, shout out to the missus for that. So that's the answer to this question. So next one, gotta go to a different phone for this one. Alright, this one was your night before show day meal? Okay, so basically what meal do I eat the night before the show? So it depends, really. It's never the same. There's no rule about what you need to eat before a show. It depends on how you're looking. So peak week, on peak week, I usually take more pictures, more check-in than I do. Like right now, we do check-in once a week, which is a Sunday. So during peak week, usually take pictures maybe every 2 days or something like this, and then the few days before the show is probably send pictures to my coach, like after each meal. So the plan is not set up for the whole day. The plan get adjusted based on how I look, you know, because you have to remember, especially traveling abroad, when you're on the plane, get off the plane, your body changes, you know. So the night before the meal, the meal before the show, then man, I'm getting myself confused, man. So because of the way the question be asked, it's a night before show day meal. So basically the meal that I have the night before the show varies. So based on previous shows, it's usually something basic like steak and rice, or steak and chips, no salt or nothing like this. I've had situation where I was told to have steak, chips, and half a cup of Physique, like Coca-Cola, you know. I think last year there was a I can't remember which show it was, but I just had rice and chicken. You know, like you don't need nothing crazy. It depends on how you look. Sometimes you see people that have like 10 burgers or so many slices of pizza or whatever. It doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. You have to remember that at that stage you're trying to carb up to fill up the muscles. This way when you get on stage you don't look flat. Now if you're already looking a certain level of fullness, you don't need to do much different. You don't need to add too much carbs, which was the case last year. We didn't add too much carbs, you know, when I was carving up because of the way my physique was. So it all depends on how you look. Like I'm gonna do a vlog, touch wood, get to Spain safe and everything. I'm gonna do my vlog over there and record everything while I'm eating and the night before and all that, so you guys can see. So yeah, next question. Next question is, what got you into working out and any secret to gain weight on a budget? What got me into working out was Dragon Ball Z. As a kid, watching anime. Even like as a kid, not even just Dragon Ball Z, but when I was a kid, like cartoons like Batman, Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles, you know, before they turned it into those fancy animation that I see on TV today. Like back then it was like raw drawing. Ninja Turtles, they had muscles. Batman was inch, Spider-Man was inch, Superman was inch, everyone was inch, the Hulk and everything. There's obviously Dragon Ball Z on top of that. So I've always wanted to have muscles because of anime and cartoons I was watching as a kid. And then as a teenager, then 50 Cent came out, and then that In The Club video, you know, when I was living in France back then, that video got everybody in France was like, shit, like every guy that had a bit of muscle were like, I want to be like 50 Cent, I want to be like 50 Cent. So it's like, that's what got me into working out. It was like, I just want to look like, I want to look like an anime character. I want to look like those cartoons like back in the day, just ripped and muscly. And then when 50 Cent came out, I was like, yes, I definitely want to get muscle, because I remember all the girls were all over 50 Cent, and I was like, shit, I need to make some gains too, you know. And yeah, it was never, I never got into training to compete. It was just because I wanted to look good. And also I used to live in France back then, and every summertime it was very hot, and everybody used to go to like outdoor pools or to the beach, and it was almost competition between the boys, like who looks the best, you know, like. So it was more like I'd say for ego and pride reason compared to now. And in terms of secrets to gain weight on the budget, there's no secret. I've made a full video of last year, feel free to check it out, about my food shopping. I shop at Aldi, I shop at Farm Food. I love things on the budget, you know, and yeah, there's no secret. Feel free to check out my video. I'll put the link in the description. So yeah, that's the answer to it. Nice and short. Next one. Tips for bulking, hard gainers but on the lean food. Alright. I'm a hard gainer myself. Alright. I know that some people, if they were eating what I was eating on off season, they will blow. Alright. My body don't work like that. I can eat, and I know sometimes you can have conversation with someone who say, I eat a lot, and you ask them what they eat, and they tell you they have 3 meals with a protein shake. That's not eating. I'm talking about I'm eating 6 to 7 meals, carbs in every meal, high level of protein every meal, fat in between. Like I eat, but the amount of weight and size that I get from it is very small. The only good thing is at least I know that it's quality over quantity, and I'm a very hard gainer. I have a very fast metabolism, which as a result during prep is beneficial because I can afford to do 20 minutes or 30 minutes cardio, maybe less, and gain condition. But when it's off season time and I'm trying to make some serious gains, it's like, God, how much more can I eat, you know? So tips I can give to you is just be consistent with your food, you know, like make sure that you have enough amount of protein, of carbs, of fat, and have a balanced diet. Like for example, I go on off season, I like to do the 80-20 rule. So when I'm off season, I eat the same food I'm eating when I'm on prep, just a higher quantity. And if I want to have a muffin in between, I can have a muffin. If I want to have a cheat meal, I can have a cheat meal. If I want to even have a cheat day, I can have a cheat day because it's there, it's available for me to use that 20%, you know. But you have to be consistent with the food. You have to be consistent, man, because especially for hard gainers like us, you cannot eat properly or 6-7 meals for 1 or 2 weeks and then you give up. Like you have to be consistent throughout the whole year. It might take you 2 or 3 years to add a certain amount of weight that you want, but at least you know it's going to be quality weight over quantity. So based on my own experience, it might not sound as much as an answer, but the tips I'll say is just be consistent and slowly increase the food. I'll say do some sort of cardio, even if it's like 10-15 minutes cardio a day, alright? That will increase your appetite, that will help you keep lean as well. And with time, the food that you're eating, your body will get used to it, and then you can just increase it slowly. Just slowly increase, write everything down on a book or on a note or your phone or whatever. So this way you know by how much you can increase it, how much you increase it, what's the result and everything. So that's the tips that I would give. And what's the next question? Why do you compete in men's physique and not another category? Well, that's very simple. I wasn't planning on competing ever. Like I said, I didn't start training to compete. It's just one day I saw the men's physique article in the magazine, Flex magazine, and I saw the guys in the picture and I was like, they don't look bigger than me. In fact, they don't look better than me. That's the first thing that I said when I saw it. I still remember I told Tia that I showed her the picture. I was like, look at that. You know, they don't look better. I mean, I can do this, you know. And that was in 2012. I think it was like a Stars of Tomorrow. That was the first show, men's physique show in the UK. So that's what got me registered with the UK BFF. And that's what got me involved in competing in men's physique in 2013, which was the first full season of men's physique in the UK. And that's what got me into men's physique. Is just based on how I look, based on my size, and how I look, man, physique is perfect for me. You know, it's not like I'm not doing it on purpose to keep this size just to do men's physique. If my body, like I said, I'm a very hard gainer, so if it wasn't the case, let's say if I was someone that was just eating, and my body would just respond and grow, and who knows, maybe I could have moved to classic physique or something. Who knows? Never know. Maybe one day just for fun. But yeah, men's physique suit me perfectly, so there's no need for me to switch class when something is just tailored for my physique, you know. So yeah, men's physique is gonna be for now until the day I decide that it's not for me anymore. So next question, advice on how to build thicker arm rather than just the large peak. Okay. When it comes to thicker arms was one of the muscle group this year that I needed to improve a lot compared to last year. Feel free to go back again, put the link in the description. And the start of the prep for this year, the first video was arm day. And my advice is train them properly, alright? Don't do them just at the end of a bike workout as a touch-up like a lot of people do, or like I used to do last year. Have a day dedicated to arms, biceps and triceps, okay? Triceps is 2/3 of your arm, so it's bigger than the biceps. So I always say, start with your triceps first when you do your arms, okay? Do like 4 or 5 exercises for triceps, then do 4 or 5 exercises for biceps, but start with the triceps first because like I said, it's 2/3 of your arm, so give that focus first on that area. The more density you add on the triceps, the bigger your arm's gonna look anyway. Involve a lot of free weight exercises, which I love to call old school exercises. Dumbbell curls, hammer curl, preacher curl, overhead dumbbell extension, lying EZ tricep extension, close grip bench press. All those classic, basic, old school movement, quality exercises to add thickness to the arms, which helped me a lot this year, you know. Try to go as heavy as you can, do as many reps as you can, do some superset, giant set, drop down set, just kill the shit out of them, and that we grow by force, trust me. And if you need to, train them more than once a week, sorry, not once a day. Train them more than once a week, alright? So, like myself, I have a full day of arms, and then I do triceps at the end of a back session again. Sometimes I add biceps at the end, see how I feel. So this way I have a full arm session, and then I have another touch up on the triceps, so it's just more pressure on that muscle. So, and this is the same advice I give for any other muscle group. If you have any muscle group lacking, train them more than once a week, okay? Because if you train just once and they're not growing the way you want, train them twice. If you can, train them 3 times. There's no rules, as long it depends on how your body can recover. So yeah, do a lot of free weight exercises, and make sure that I always say try to lift as heavy as you can, but lift as heavy as you can to a point where you actually feel the muscle working. If you don't feel the muscle working, just reduce the weight and just feel the mind and muscle connection. That's key if you want to grow any muscle group, not just your arms. Alright. Okay, so the next one, what kind of training split do you follow? I've done a video for that as well. I've explained that already, but just to go quickly. So on day 1, right now I'm doing back and traps. Day 2, I'm doing chest and shoulders. Wait, so day 1 back and traps. Day 2 chest, shoulders. Day 3 arms and back. Day 4 legs. Day 5 shoulders, chest, and day 6 back, traps, and triceps. There's a day where I forgot I do traps. I do traps 3 times a week and back 3 times a week. But feel free to go back to my previous episode, and I've went into full details. I think it was on my full day of eating video 2 episodes ago, I believe. I went in full detail in my training split. Right now, prep brain is getting shit confused. And next question, I can how we can use this principle, shock the muscle. Tips, please. Shock the muscle, shock the muscle. Shocking the muscle, for me, the definition of shocking the muscle is, push yourself. It's simple as that. Push yourself. For example, let's say you were doing bench press and you've been doing 100 kilo bench press for 3-4 weeks in a row. You're getting comfortable, okay? You adding 2.5 kilo on each side, that's just 5 extra kilo. That's one way of shocking the muscle, because your muscle is used to the 100 kilo, now it's 105. It's like, oh shit, oh yo, what are we doing? We're moving up now? That's another way of shocking the muscle, Doing things that your muscle don't expect. That's how you shock the muscle. Do like, if you don't normally do supersets on these, with those, in a particular muscle group, do some superset, do some giant set, do some drop down set, That's how you're going to shock the muscle, like you should always push yourself. It's very simple, there's no science behind it, like that's my definition of shocking the muscle. That's why I write everything down in my logbook. If I lift a certain weight for this week, then that's the minimum weight that I'm trying to lift the following week. And then if I feel that I can push a little bit more, then let me add a little bit more, then the muscle gets shocked. I might not do the same amount of reps, but my body will get used to it by force, and you just, that's how you grow. That's how the muscle gets shocked, but not getting used to the same shit all the time. A lot of people think that shocking the muscle is changing training split every week. Now you can keep the same training split for months, but you working on getting stronger, pushing your limits, going beyond what you normally do, that's another way of shocking the muscle. That's the way I say it anyway. So I hope that helps. And food related. When bulk cooking chicken and store it in the fridge for 2-3 days, why does it start to smell funny? I got no idea, man. I got no idea. I mean, I don't know if they cook properly, but when I cook my chicken, I can leave it in the fridge for 2 days, 3 days, and it's okay. And if you want, if it's better, put it in the freezer. If you know that put some in the fridge that is going to last for 1 or 2 days, and then put the rest in the freezer, because you can always put it in the freezer and make it last longer, and then take them out the night of your second day. So this way the chicken is getting defrosted for your third day. That makes sense. And this way you don't put too much in the fridge at once. But I never had that issue, so I don't know what to say with that. So yeah, try to put it in the freezer instead. Put a bit in the fridge, put a bit in the freezer. The next one, what's your current diet macros? I've explained that in the last episode. Feel free to check out again. I don't want to go through everything because some of the questions I've already explained in full details in the last episode, so feel free to check it. That's why some of the videos that you see when they're 50 minutes is because I go into details for a reason. So feel free to check that out, okay? Another question is similar. How do you structure your cutting diet? I have a coach, so I don't structure anything for myself. So I don't worry about doing my own plan. That's the reason why we have a coach, so I can do that for myself. I'm a coach myself and a personal trainer, so I have clients to take care of. So the structure of the diet for my clients depends on the individual, depends on the starting point, depends on a lot of things. But usually when I do a diet plan to get cut or get shredded, most of the time it's just to play with the carbs. It's just the carbs that get reduced very gradually, and the protein levels usually stay the same throughout the whole process.